It's time for Ag Answers, and as we do every Friday, we have Doug GUCCER here in studio. Welcome back to another morning bright and early.
Thank you, Karina.
And so, of course, this time of year is extremely busy with farmers with harvest, but what else are they keeping track of right now?
Believe it or not, they're keeping track of prices for next year, 2023, but because before harvest started, they've already started planning for next year's crops. They've all started booking and beginning to pay for such things as seed and fertilizer. So with that in mind, farmers have begun to determine their break-even prices for the 2023 crop. And in a recent Farm Doc Daily article, the economists from the University of Illinois have projected the estimated fall 2023 prices for next year's crops. As of the beginning of October, those projections are, and you can see them there on your monitors, your screens, $6.45 per bushel for corn and $13.45 for soybeans.
And so, Doug, as we're still looking at this screen now, it said that those prices were subject to change. Can you share with us what is going to cause those changes?
The factors that could change that we're aware of right now for corn and soybeans are the strength of the world economy, whether we're in a recession or not, and that will reduce demand or prices if we're in a recession. How well the crops in Brazil are doing. If there's high yields or low yields in South America, that's going to affect demand for U.S. crops and grains. Lastly, the war in Ukraine and its effect on world grain supplies.
And Doug, moving on to the next question here, we've got kind of a mixture of that late fall, but also late summer, but also early fall weather, and that can actually lead to a problem in the kitchen since people have had their homes open.
Yes, and so yes, you may end up with some critters in the cabinet, and that have infected your stored dried foodstuffs like pasta, flour, beans, rice, cereals. There on the screen you can see there are a number of different pests that we call pantry pests that can cause this problem. There's moths, beetles, weevils that can infest these dried foods. So after you discover a bug or a larva in your food product, first thing you need to do is determine how much has been infested. Set aside or discard any of the infested food. Next, transfer any of the good food that's in boxes or bags to airtight containers to prevent reinfestation. Then clean up any food particles because these little critters aren't nice, and to prevent reinfestation. And then lastly, if you did not discard the infested food, it can be heated or frozen to kill the insects inside. However, the dead insect bodies are still going to be there.
So, Doug, we want to make sure that we're eating those chips, not the bugs, right?
That's right. It might get a little extra protein.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Alrighty, Doug, before we go, though, how can folks get in touch with you in case they need any more information?
They can give me a call at area code 217-877-6042. It's there on your TV. You can email me at dgucker@illinois.edu, or you can go to our website, go.illinois.edu/DMP for DeWitt, Macon, and Piatt counties.
All right, Doug. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We know what you're having for breakfast this morning.
That's right. That nice, clean cereal.